Welcome to Armchair Expert, Experts on Expert. Today we have Amanda Uhle on.
Yes.
Who's a journalist and a nonfiction writer. She is the executive director and publisher of McSweeney's. She's been published in all kinds of very reputable publications.
Fun stuff.
She's a successful writer.
Yes.
But she has an incredible memoir called Destroy This House.
For people who say it a different, some say correct way, memoir.
Great. That's what I think I said, but clearly I didn't, or you wouldn't be correcting me. But her story is an incredible one. Her mother was a hoarder, and her father was this incredibly charismatic guy who had fortunes won and lost. And it's a riveting tale.
It's a tale of
childhood.
Dysfunction.
Yeah.
And it's wild. It's a wild ride. And we were really interested in the whole thing, but the hoarding is
We're pretty
really,
horny for hoarding.
Yeah, we like that.
We like to talk about hoarding. Please enjoy Amanda Uhle.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Dave Eggers wrote What is the What?
Yes. So I work with Dave, and
I know.
I heard yesterday that you're a fan of What is the What. I don't know how I didn't know that.
I know Dave Eggers, and we got this really cool magazine. See the lunchbox? It's a magazine.
So I brought you a copy of a McSweeney's issue. Do you know what McSweeney's is?
So I know McSweeney's, but I don't, right? So I'm
Okay.
like, oh, I know McSweeney's. You hear McSweeney's.
Right,
Do you know
but
McSweeney's?
I didn't, but Amanda
But I
told
know
me.
it, and then I then was reading about it and you and
Thank
Dave
you.
co-founded that. Yeah?
Dave is the founder.
Oh, he's the founder.
Yeah. He
Okay.
started it in '98, and I started working with Dave like maybe 20 years ago.
Okay, well, I
different
want to
things.
get to that.
Okay,
I
we
want to
know.
get to that chronologically speaking.
But look how
All right.
cool that is.
But wait, I need to find out what this was. Did you bring this?
I brought it, and I brought you
Yes.
author baseball cards too. They're
Oh,
top-
my
really
goodness.
cool.
You can open
The
it.
74th issue of McSweeney's, because you guys do
Yeah.
a quarterly, it has a
Exactly.
fun name, Quarterly
Timothy McSweeney's Quarterly Concern.
Concern.
I
Yes.
love that.
It's a journal.
It's a journal, so everyone is different. And I think about a year ago, we published this one, our 74th.
Oh my
and
gosh,
Isn't it
in a
inside
lunch
there's some
pail.
literature, right? There's new fiction in a
Yeah.
paperback, but we did author cards.
And who designed this clever
That's Art Spiegelman on that one.
Art Spiegelman?
Yeah.
We're going to learn a lot today.
I know.
feel
I'm
like.
so
yeah, let's
excited.
talk.
Please
about
remove this
everything.
cardboard spacer. No, I don't do what I'm told.
Oh my god.
Get rid of it.
If you can.
Ooh.
Yeah, so some of those.
Author trading
So
cards.
cute. We got some more too over there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So we
great.
published this last year, and people loved the cards so much
Yes.
that we started just printing more. So we can collect them all.
I love collecting.
Yeah.
Have you done Tobias Wolff? Does he have a
I
card?
love Tobias Wolff's books, but
But he
thank
doesn't
you
have
for
a card.
reminding me that he does not have a card.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's on my list.
And then the other one, you just got me.
Raymond
Raymond Carver.
Carver.
She got me an original,
Gosh, I love
Signed.
Raymond Carver too.
signed original press Raymond Carver. Does he have a
I'm
Carver?
so sorry. We've missed
Okay.
both.
And I'm going to
them.
assume for obvious reasons Bukowski doesn't have a card.
Don't have a casket
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, I want to guess.
But wait, I don't necessarily have all of them memorized.
Okay.
So you will
Yes.
catch me at some point.
No,
Can
this
I
is
want to
great
go
for the
through a few?
fact
Can
check.
I? Yes.
Oh.
John Brandon, handsome, tall,
John
literate.
is one of our favorites. We've published every one of his novels. I think
my
we've published
God.
7 of John's books.
Oh, really? He's
McSweeney's.
prolific.
He's prolific
What's on
and the
the
greatest.
back? What does it say about him?
So author stats. How many pages they've published.
This is
where
so
they-
cool. I
This
love it.
is. I love this
Yeah.
idea. I want to steal it for something.
Well, yeah, like we could
Here's
do
your
this, or you
Miranda
guys
July.
could do.
You love Miranda.
Has she
love
been
her. No, we almost had her before all fours, but then it didn't work out, and then she got very busy.
She's a busy
obviously.
person.
Yeah.
So we published one of her books, possibly her first book at McSweeney's. We publish like 10 books a year. And we do this magazine, and we have 2 other magazines, and then we have a humor site.
Nice.
So a lot of people know us that way.
Through the
for
humor site,
satire
right?
Website.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so cool. Do you think that you guys could publish an armchair deck and it's all of our guests?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Wouldn't
We're
that be
coming up on
fun?
1,000.
I mean, you're just kind of.
are.
You're just kind of delegating logistical
I am.
duties because you would have to like give
Yeah.
her all the guests,
That's
right?
right.
And the details, which would
Well,
just
I'm going to
be
let
the-
her find the details.
Oh
You
God,
just
you're
let
gonna
us do all the work.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
wow.
guys do such a good job. Why
thank
would I
you.
try to copy
Why
that?
Well,
would
this
do
is
it.
adorable.
It really is.
Well,
So
I hope you like
cute,
it. I think you can
kitschy.
throw away the spacer as well. You can keep it in there
I'm
He's-
just-
or whatever
I'm
you
not
want to do.
confident.
It's a good exercise for me to follow directions,
Okay,
which I'm
good.
bad at.
Good.
We'll put it up here and we'll display it.
Nice.
I'm wondering if throughout this interview, I'll remind you of your father at all.
If you will remind me of my father,
Well, he's tall. He was tall, right?
he's very tall. He played college sports.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, he played football.
he played football for the Florida Gators.
Oh, uh-oh.
And in
That's
high
bad
school
for
in
me.
Miami, he did basketball and football. He was a big athlete,
He was charismatic. Yeah.
very much, as are you.
Obsessed with the dollar, as am
Oh,
I.
boy.
Money's
Oh,
a big
boy.
part of the book. Yeah.
Yeah, very big part of the book. I was just thinking, I couldn't help but think like, yeah, if I don't choose this, I'm probably just also this figure that's wandering around Michigan with too big of a personality. Just like what, you know what I'm saying? It could go,
Yeah.
could have easily gone in this direction. I feel like.
Yeah. And I think in some ways, my dad could easily have gotten that big break at some point and been someone else. He was trying things.
We're going to talk about your book, Destroy This House. I guess the headline description of your book that I read that got me interested in having you on was that your mother was a hoarder. And I think I have great interest in,
We can talk about that.
how that presents itself. How does it, evolve? What is it like to live with it? What's the
Yeah.
psychology behind it? That's all very interesting to me. Okay, your book starts with, describe mom and dad when you're born. They've been together a few years when you're born,
They were
maybe?
together a few years. They got together, I think, in 75, and I was born in 78. We're about the same age.
Yeah.
I'm 3 years older than you. So mom and dad have been together for 3 years. And what do mom and dad want to do at that point?
What do they want to do with their lives?
Yeah, what are they aiming at?
That's such a great question. A question I've never even asked myself. I think my mom really did want to have a family, but she had started out interested in fashion design, which itself was such an inspired and almost strange choice. She grew up in a very tiny town in rural Indiana, and in 1969 just decided fashion was her thing, applied and got into Pratt in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And just like went to New York in 1969. Kind of a badass thing to do. So she's really creative, love that stuff. But by the time, I was born, her interest in fashion and clothes was coming out not as her designing and making her own things, but as her shopping kind of
Collecting.
obsessively, accumulating,
Curating a collection.
having a lot of fabric that was one day going to be something special that
Gosh,
she would
I can
make.
so relate.
It is relatable.
I really can relate.
Yeah, you're right. There's almost an angst that you're not a designer, and that your next best thing is to appreciate it and get it, right?
Well, also just like if you're shopping and you see something that you think is beautiful, or
Yes.
like even I was at a store and there were these like bandanas and they were so pretty. And I was like, I don't need this at all. I don't wear bandanas.
You're not a bandana
I'm not
person.
a
You're not a
bandana
cowboy.
person. There's absolutely no reason for me to have this, but like I have to check out with these two things in my hand. Like I have to have
These are
it.
coming home with me.
Yeah,
no matter.
and I did think like, what is going on that I like absolutely have to have these things that I know are useless to me.
Yeah.
And then I did give them to your kids actually
Oh, okay. So now I
because
have
they're
them.
bandana girls.
Okay.
They are cowboys.
So
Both
in that
of
So
them.
I
case,
Yeah.
found a
makes
way.
sense. But it's a little rush, the shopping. It's
Big
like, oh,
time.
this is a thing. I can buy this and I can be different once I have it or once I buy it.
Yes.
So I think that was going on with my mom.
But she was somehow an engineer at IBM.
Oh, before then, yes, she was.
This is the most fascinating, I think, because she was quite a rare offering for a female IBM engineer.
Only woman engineer in the state of Indiana. Wow. She basically, this is 1974-ish when she got this job. It didn't work out in fashion school in Brooklyn. So she came back to Indiana and got this job. And she was like, I don't want to be a secretary. I don't want to type. I want to fix typewriters. And she learned how to do it. And she was their person. There were a lot of men doing that job.
People would stand around and watch her repair these
Yeah.
things because it was such a novelty that this woman was so
Right.
mechanical.
Oh my
And she had a
God.
pager. I remember her describing this in 1974. The pager is like this big, and she would like carry it around, and they would page her around Indianapolis, and she'd go to an office and fix their typewriters.
Wow.
She was doing so well that they moved everyone, right?
IBM moved my mom with her job to West Virginia. I guess they needed more engineers, maybe more women engineers. So they moved there.
And at that point, Mom was the breadwinner, obviously, because Dad was able. He at that time was selling books door to door.
He had at that time, and this is so wonderful because my book is published by Simon & Schuster. My dad sold paperbacks. Simon & Schuster paperbacks at gas stations. Like in the 70s, they had these spinning racks of books.
Yes.
My dad would go, and he was so good at talking to people. He could sell you and me and everyone anything.
Yeah.
And he kept doing that his whole life, right?
Yeah.
But at the time, that's what he was doing.
But then you guys got to West Virginia, and this is no slight on West Virginians. Those carousels at gas stations didn't really exist.
Yeah, less so in West Virginia.
Got
Fewer
it.
readers of fiction
Yeah.
and novels. Yeah.
Yeah, at least in 1979 or
At
whatever
least at
year that would have been.
point.
Okay. He was a football player before you said
Yeah, he
in
didn't finish college.
Okay.
So
got
he
it.
did some football, did lots of things, dropped out of college.
Okay.
And at the time he was in Miami, he was doing he worked at a nightclub, he was booking bands. I haven't counted how many jobs my father had.
Yeah.
It's a lot. My mom did too, but my dad had so many.
I almost think there's like a predictable pattern for people who are quite good at things really quickly.
Yeah.
Which they never get great at anything. They don't master anything, but they get good enough to get the recognition of that. And then they get bored really easy and they got to switch it up and go get some more recognition for some other thing.
I think so. Yeah. And he was never afraid to try things. So he would just jump in.
Yeah.
And he was selling hotel rooms and then he was selling books. When he ended up in Indianapolis at first, he was totally homeless. When he and my mom met, he had nowhere to live. And everything he owned was in a Tom McCann shoebox. And they met at a party, and he came home with his shoebox, and that was...
And he never...
Wow,
that
never
was
left.
He left one
Never
guy's
left.
couch
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is your mom someone who really wants to take care of people? Because that's a big thing to take in, like a guy with a shoebox.
Yeah,
come live with.
I know,
That's
right?
a personality.
Unless he's tall and gregarious and a blast, and it's literally not even till months later where you realize, oh wow, he came over and never left.
And now he's still
yeah,
here.
I can
Yeah.
see that
I think it was
version of
more
it
that.
too.
I
think
Yeah.
it was more
Oh,
that.
okay.
And you're like, God,
I
this
guess,
guy's
yeah.
amazing. He's incredible. Wait, where was he living before? And where's the rest of his stuff? Oh, okay. But you maybe you're a little
Yeah.
deep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're channeling my dad in a few
Okay,
minutes here.
Now, how does he get into janitorial supplies, liquid soap dispensers? Because he's also like an armchair inventor idea guy.
Oh, yeah. Always inventing, always starting new things. So they eventually moved. They were in Philadelphia, which is where I was born. And then my dad got this job at Johnson Wax. I think he just got the job. He was a good salesperson, was able to get that job. And this is like classic my parents' behavior. He gets the job in New Jersey. They start looking for houses. They don't like any houses near this town in New Jersey where the place is. So they start looking further and further out. And they go so far out, they're beyond New York City and they're into Long Island. And so we buy a house that causes my dad to commute through New York City
my
in the morning
God.
and then back out it in the evening. No one does that.
No.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's something wrong with his frontal lobe at that point. Like he couldn't, he's like, yeah, I want that. I like that. I want to
Yeah.
sleep there and I want to work there. And I'm not going to do any of the math
I'm not going to
in
let
between.
anything get in the way of that.
Yeah.
And they wanted a bigger house. So I think that they were like, we don't like the houses right around here and we don't want to live in an apartment. We want to live in a house.
So he got a job there at Johnson Wax.
Yeah.
How does it evolve into his role in Sweden?
Part of what he was doing there was like selling to institutions, selling soap and things. And he and another partner started, they invented some sort of valve for soap. So their whole thing was hand soap. This is the early 80s. And I don't know if you remember, I barely do, but sometimes you'd go into a public bathroom in the 80s and there'd be like a sliver of bar soap, like yucky,
Yeah.
Ew.
that everybody would have to share,
Ew.
The big tub of powder, like borax kind
Yeah.
of powder, and then it had this really rudimentary little valve you would open and it would just dump powder on your hands. That was also in the mix.
That's another old time thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my.
My dad was part of thinking there's a better way. And yeah, he invented this thing, and it was like, what if we had liquid soap? And, he wasn't the inventor of liquid soap by any means, but he was part of that. Like, let's make it work for people. Worked on this valve. And eventually, he never wanted to have a job. He never wanted to work for somebody and be accountable like that. He wanted to do his own thing.
Yeah.
So he found these Swedish people, janitorial people that were interested, and he sold them the valve. And then he sold some people in Hong Kong the valve. And he was, in the 80s, we were doing well on the valve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they had kind of like overnight riches.
Oh, wow.
There's no numbers in here. But and now you're an adult and you're savvy. Like, what do we think your dad was bringing in?
I do have some numbers.
You do? Okay.
One of the things, I don't have all the numbers, but one of the things about the book is my dad was such an exaggerator always that what I wanted to do is like pin it down. I wanted to figure out the facts that I could about them. So I found out my dad in 1986, he made $265,000.
Wow.
In 86?
That's a lot of money in 1986.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
that's like a
is.
couple $1 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like that's wild.
Major.
And based on that, which was the good year.
Yeah.
And, I think other people would say, well, this is an unusually great year. I'll sock some of this away so that we can live differently and I can keep experimenting and doing wild things.
Okay, so you guys move at that point to Indiana and get a mansion.
We got a mansion. Yes, in 1986.
And so you were like 8?
I was 8.
Okay, you were
Good
8.
job.
Thank you. I'm not very good at math, so I'm proud of myself
really,
for that.
This was right after I turned 8.
And were you like, yes, I'm in a mansion?
I never thought to think that. We lost all of our friends and all of our, everything I knew when you're a kid. You kind of
Those are the important
Those
things.
are the important things. It was kind of cool. I was like, we'll try it. You just go along. When my brother was like 3 and I was 8, so we just sort of went along with it. And, it fulfilled for my mom this great thing where she loves shopping, right? And so you have to fill. The house was 6,800 square feet.
6.5 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms.
So yes, she got to decorate the whole house.
And then some. I mean, everything, every room. And so there were like catalogs. She was buying furniture in North Carolina a lot.
Okay.
And so she was, paging through these catalogs, dog-earing them, circling things. Then she'd be on the phone, ordering pillows. I mean, it was just, she was in it. We had $265,000 to spend.
Yes.
We didn't really, but so the house was purchased, all this stuff in it was purchased. My dad then was working in Hong Kong a lot. He goes to Hong Kong and he just orders like an insane amount of Hong Kong furniture in 1986, 87. And it's shipped. What would that cost?
Oh my
to
God.
ship
It's got to go across the
my God.
Pacific,
Back
then across the
then.
whole country.
back then? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So our house was this mix, this mansion house. And many of our houses after that was this mix of this sort of Asian influence, like black lacquer, gold trim. We had little cork dioramas of scenes from agrarian China. We had that kind of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's mixed with like the Midwest, like geese with bows on their necks. Kind of like country, 80s, pink and blue.
Kind of East meets West agrarian theme.
Yes, sort of
I'm
rural
sorry, that
look.
sounds so chaotic.
It was chaotic.
There's a lot of confusing things happening. And if I were you, I'm sure I would credit some things erroneously. But does mom's shopping raise a flag at this point? Does it seem odd, or do you need to go to a lot of other people's houses to realize that? Like, where's your own awareness of this?
I would say it seems uncomfortable. It became a harder and harder place to live and just relax at home because there's stuff everywhere, even in this huge house. There's like grocery bags of food that were never unpacked.
Wow.
Bags of clothes tucked everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. And it did seem odd. It seemed odder and odder the more I went to other people's houses.
Yeah.
And when I noticed that we never had people in our house, we never did.
Okay, so they were aware enough to know, like,
Yes.
don't come over. Huh.
Yes. It was shameful, to my parents, the
It
way
was.
we lived. It was, but we would never speak of it. It was that kind of shameful, where it was like, we're not going to discuss this.
Would you have a sides with dad ever? Did dad ever explicitly say, like, just let your mom do this. Don't give her any grief about it?
He did. if I expressed that discomfort that I was feeling as a little kid,
Yeah.
he would be like, "We love your mother. Let her, don't be like this." It was always like we had to tolerate it. That was our job,
Yeah.
was to be loving and to not make it a problem.
What's your explanation for that? Like in my mind, a lot of times couples enter into this tit for tat for vice almost. Like I'm going to overlook this thing because I have my own thing that I'd appreciate you overlooking. Was it that arrangement or
There's a little bit of that.
there was a little bit
I
of
think
that?
he was straying here and there.
Okay.
In different ways. And I don't want to say too much about that because I actually don't have too much proof of that. I have some.
Yes.
But yeah. And, he was getting us into trouble all the time with money. And he would never pay a bill. So obviously he was like, okay, I'm going to look the other way on all this craziness in the
Yeah, I'm
house
making
and
her
then
life financially chaotic.
And then I'll do the chaos over here. And so they were just Bonnie and Clyde of the Midwest, right? They did their stuff together and they tolerated each other.
Now, another unique part of your father's personality is he was also obsessed with Martin Luther and Protestantism and the Lutheran Church. So during this whole period where he's making a ton of money and going to Hong Kong and Sweden, you get to go to Sweden twice as a kid.
Went to Sweden twice.
That's
as a
so
little
cool.
Kid.
Yeah, these are like, it's a party. Like it's on.
But it's a party, but it's
windfall.
like a lot.
So I had a fun childhood in a lot of ways.
Okay.
It was challenging. It was uncomfortable. It was like there were problems that I recognized more and more as I grew up, but we had fun.
Yeah.
We were indulged.
Yeah.
Took some trips.
It also makes you think of like what modern young people's bar is for a partner. And like, this is the reality of what marriage looked like all through my childhood. Like the parents were pretty fucked up in their own ways. And they just were like, yeah, let's be fucked up together.
Sure.
No one's really got to be perfect. That also feels kind of age specific or era specific.
Yeah.
Okay. So when do things start to fall apart on the liquid soap? Why does that go awry?
I think my dad was just optimistic. He was optimistic about everything he did. And so his math, and later in his life, I would see him do this math. He'd literally get an envelope, back of the envelope. He'd write figures that had no basis in reality. Like, here's how we're going to do the mortgage. And I think he just thought those valves, which he was at one point using for ice cream. He invented kind of like a flurry-like ice cream drink that you would squirt same technology, but you would put a little flavored syrup in your ice cream.
Wow.
Oh, wow. He could build out that valve in a bunch of different domains.
Yeah, he thought so. And he didn't.
He's also getting ensnared with like pyramid schemes and stuff, or does that come after?
Once we moved to the mansion in rural Indiana, it was really clear really quickly that money that he thought came in really great in 1986 wouldn't be continuing.
Yeah.
So he started trying things. And one of the things he tried was he basically got wrapped up in a multi-level marketing scheme.
What was it called?
SMI, Success Motivation Institute. Sort of Christian business people cassette tapes to motivate you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Cassette tapes.
And he invested thousands into that.
He lost some money. I tried to figure out exactly how much. I have an estimate.
And you found out people in that time that were investing in SMI were losing $10,000 to $20,000 on average.
Lots of money.
We just had an MLM expert on. It's
So
just
interesting.
fascinating.
For that one.
So interesting.
It is interesting. I feel like MLMs are, known to dupe the people that are part of it. But I think my dad, who was selling them, he was so all in. He stars in his eyes. Like he was like, this is going to help people. I remember him telling us,
I know.
this is going to help people have better marriages, better.
But that's why it's so horrible. Your dad was preyed upon.
My dad was preyed upon, and so were all the people that he was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just this like cascading.
Nobody wins on that one.
Well, that's the complex nature of the MLMs is for many people, it'll have been the best time of their life, even though they lost money, because it gave them community
Sense
and
of
they had these parties. And so it's complicated,
Yeah. My dad, I remember going with him. I was probably 10. And he would rent out this hotel conference room in our little town. And he'd, put a sign up, we're going to talk motivation.
Yeah.
And it was like
So brave.
fun for him, and people would come and they would listen to him because he was so charismatic.
Right.
But they didn't end up buying the cassette tapes. So yeah it was tough.
Oh, no.
So we went broke, basically. We couldn't afford the house. And the house started just crumbling around us. This is a big kind of estate with a huge lawn in the back. and in the front. And we never were able to afford the mowing. My dad never mowed the lawn. Like that was not, there were things they did. There were things
That wasn't
they
his
didn't
specialty.
do. It wasn't his thing.
Yeah.
So the grass is like up to my waist, and the front door is crumbling off and has like a big, I don't know how this happened, big hole in it. It's just
With plywood over it.
plywood over it.
Yeah, it's really funny to think of a mansion neighborhood, but there is a white trash family living in that's not mowing their grass, and the people going like, "How did this happen? We're in this crazy neighborhood."
What are these people doing?
Yeah.
So we were those people, and it was so funny because our house looked like hell. I mean, it was so bad toward the end of this time, but my dad would always pick on me for like leaving my bike in the yard, and it's like, but wait.
Yeah, the homeowners association was yelling at him about mowing the grass.
Yep.
He's trying to work out it. So another thing, he was a visionary in a sense.
He was.
He rented out this chunk of a strip mall that was built. This was his next big breakthrough. And he realized, I'm going to subdivide this into different desks, and professionals that don't want the overhead of an office space can come in here. We'll have a common receptionist like WeWork.
like a WeWork.
It was like WeWork, but it was
Yeah.
1988.
And he did it, but he couldn't get anyone to come in and rent these desks, so he gave the lawn service guys free desks so they'd mow this 5-foot-tall grass in back.
Okay.
So a little horse trading.
Yeah.
He was a trader. My dad's most famous barter, and this is going ahead in time, but he bartered for my dental surgery when I was 18.
Please.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember that.
tell
May I tell you about
yes,
it?
Yes, please. Yeah. Actually, no, I don't want you to tell it because we got to learn something
We're doing
great about
chronology.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll do it that
But
way.
we'll get there because that's wonderful.
Okay.
So when you go broke, you then move again. You move to Fort Wayne.
Moved to Fort Wayne. There was a Lutheran seminary there. And so at this point, my dad is like, I'm going to just try what has always been in my heart, which is to be a pastor.
At 46 or something, right?
Yeah, he was 46.
So do you feel like you still feel like things are normal, or are you like life is chaotic? Are you mad at them? Are you like, what are you in this?
I'd say the best word for it is uncomfortable. Like, I just didn't know. Because when you're a kid, you actually think that the way your household operates is kind of the normal standard.
Exactly.
I knew that our house was messy, and we never used the word hoarding. I mean, I never in my mom's life. She died 10 years ago. That word was never used. It was messy, but it was like, what else is weird about our house? I didn't really know.
And what about friendships and bringing people to the house or having to make up excuses? Were you dealing with all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we just never had people over. And it was clear that my parents didn't want anybody over. So I would go to other people's houses. I mean, we had elaborate systems where, like, if I was getting, say, picked up for something at school, like another family was picking up, I would, and nobody had a cell phone, of course. We're talking, it's still in the 80s. I'd have to like go outside and wait, like the door closed behind me, because you couldn't risk somebody coming to the door and the door opening and other people seeing what it was like inside. It was too much, so I knew that.
But did any of your friends say like, can I come over? And you had to like lie?
Yeah, I would say, well, let's do it at your house, or let's do
Right.
something else.
Okay,
It just
wow.
was not, it would have been so mortifying to me.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
When I talk about the hoarding, like there were things that were like paper bags of canned goods, things like that. That's like, you can sort of understand, it's a little relatable. Didn't have
Right.
time to put the groceries away. But it was so much. And like our bathrooms had shampoo bottles. And you can imagine a normal house might have a few extra in the closet. We would have like 48 bottles of shampoo. And they'd be on the floor. Like it's embarrassing, right?
It just takes over every space.
It took over. And then there was like the gross aspect, which is that food was part of the thing that my mom was hoarding. And so it wasn't just canned goods. It was like she would buy chicken and cottage cheese and things like that and leave them out. And so there was like stinky, it was tough,
Yeah,
You couldn't bring people over.
Yeah, no.
When you're 12, you're like, actually,
God,
stay
I'm so
outside.
I'm like, what would I do? I guess I'd be like, I'm putting these in the fridge.
Well, there's no place
then
to
it's
put
fridge is
anything.
full. The fridge is like, you can't get
Nothing
into
can be
the
put
fridge.
away because every inch of the
It's
house has
taken.
been already occupied by.
This is really stressful.
Isn't it so stressful?
It was
Yeah.
stressful. That's how it was. And it came out for me in this dream that I started having around the time I was probably 8. ish, around the time we moved to this big mansion. But I had this dream where I would just destroy my whole house. And that's where the title comes from. Like this dream just came back to me over and over. And I would have it 5 or 6 nights a week, that there was like another house. I had it all like planned out. Like there's another house that's fine. And my parents cannot be mad at me because I haven't touched this house. But then here's this replica. And I could just like dump everything out and throw stuff out the window. Seems very twisted now.
Do you see anything that was correlated for your mother emotionally that led to this?
Like why she did it?
Yeah, like there was a period, obviously, maybe you're too young to remember, but was she doing it back in Long Island? Or is it something that picked up?
It picked up over the years. It got worse and worse and worse. And I think that that's true of most people that struggle with the hoarding stuff. But I remember my dad saying that when he came into her apartment with the shoebox, it looked like maybe she'd been robbed, is what he said, because it was a big mess. Wow. And so that's like, she was always kind of messy.
But she knew where everything was.
She always knew where everything was. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Never doubt that. And you could never like clean it up because she knew.
She wouldn't want you to move
it. It was moved.
Oh, no, you would never.
So there's this weird like illusion of control. Like I know where everything is, even though no one else does, and it's a mess, but I have control over it. Maybe is like there's like a real control element to it.
Of all the isms, it's the one I can't really get there mentally.
With the hoarding?
Yeah, I can with like every other ism almost.
Yeah.
Like I'm an addict. I understand that. I can easily imagine being addicted to any number of things because I know what it's like to be addicted. I just feel like I have stolen. I've been a criminal. There's a lot of things I can comprehend, but that whole mindset, I can't even find purchase in.
I feel like it's the same because it's self-destructive.
Yeah.
You know you shouldn't, right? When you're talking about those behaviors, right? You're not supposed to do that and you shouldn't, but you still do it. And I feel like my mom, she knew every time she went to Kohl's and tried and bought a bunch of stuff or Joanne Fabrics or whatever, Kroger. I mean, all the places that she would go and just amass all this stuff we didn't need. We had nowhere to store. She definitely knew.
Was she sad? Did she have like a sadness around her? Or was she like, what was her personality like?
I think that sadness was at the core of this. I think she felt bad about herself in some way. And this was a way to not feel so bad. That's what I think.
Right.
But she didn't act sad.
Okay, interesting.
So she too, around this Fort Wayne time, she decides she wants to become a nurse.
She does. Reinventing themselves constantly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's the part. So all of it to me is kind of eccentric and a bit charming and a colorful childhood.
It's colorful. Yeah.
When they start both leaving to go to night school, and you're 10 and your brother's 5, and they're driving into the city at night and they're gone for a long time, I start to think, well, no, they're kind of neglectful.
Yeah.
Like they're both so consumed with their own thing.
Yes.
And seemingly, again, I'm looking from the outside, just making judgments, I guess, but it also seems like they had some weird, fun dance where like they were both living their own lives.
Yeah.
They had a partnership of living their own lives in some interesting way.
They did their own, they did their own thing. Don't you think a little bit this was the era? Like parents did not dote on their kids the way I feel like I'm doting on mine. And the way we parent now. It was very different. And it was like you're kind of on your own. My mom used to take me, and maybe, I wonder if you think this is neglectful, but when I was maybe, 11, she would take me to the library during summer days just because I didn't have anything else. So she'd just drop me off with like 4 quarters because vending machine I could get something.
Yeah.
And I'd be there for like 7-8 hours.
Yeah, it's just kind of unimaginable for us, right?
It doesn't seem like something I would do.
Day parents.
But I mean, it was the library. I mean, it wasn't like the worst thing. But I think it might have felt standard or felt okay then.
Okay, now just quick on Fort Wayne. Did you ever go to Sturgis, Michigan?
Oh, well, yeah, my husband's from Coldwater.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Coldwater well.
You do?
My grandparents owned a little roadside motel in Sturgis, and I spent a lot of summers there, and then I detasseled corn in the summer.
Oh, detasseling corn. That's, I know about it.
Pastime,
yeah,
right?
I've never done it, but it was a big deal. All the places I lived.
Yeah, all the boys kind of had to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There were only a couple gals on our picking crew, and they were tough gals.
I bet they were. Yeah. That's tough work. It's really hard work.
It's brutal.
No, I know that area really well. So we lived in Fort Wayne, and then my husband was growing up in Coldwater.
Yeah, where Dan Severn's from, the UFC fighter.
Oh,
There's some few
really?
famous people from Coldwater. Also, the actor you're now obsessed with from Girls.
Oh, Adam Driver.
I think Adam Driver's from Coldwater.
Is
or
that
Kalamazoo, one of
right?
the two. Yeah.
Love Kalamazoo. Yeah.
All right, so you were in Fort Wayne for
So my dad could go to the seminary.
5 years.
Yes.
Okay, now what's interesting too is, and this I want you to tell me a lot about this because this feels very unique, which is even though he wasn't yet a pastor, he would call you guys pastor kids and pastor wife, and then the teachers would even call you PK, pastor's
PK,
kid.
it's a subculture.
Yeah,
PK.
tell me about PK.
PK is pastor's kids. So we had this whole childhood. I'm, I guess, 11 when we moved. And, we had a whole childhood where we were just like the kid of an entrepreneur, a business person, or whatever my mom was.
Yeah.
But PK is like this group. It's like when your parent, in most cases, in this case, my father, is going into the clergy. You're like you're different. And in Fort Wayne, there were many PKs because there's this seminary. So there were lots of Lutheran pastors in training. Lots of them were kind of midlife or had kids.
Did the teachers give you like preferential treatment?
I would say a little preferential treatment and a little higher expectation. It was like, oh, you're a PK. How could you? You wouldn't be doing that at recess as a PK. Like you were, it was a little judgment, a little.
Yeah.
It felt like I suddenly was different. I got this label like, oh, you're part of these people. We wear the gold cross around our necks. We're definitely, and it wasn't that we were not Lutheran before because we were, but it was like suddenly we were a clergy family.
Yeah, you were handed an identity.
It was handed to me. And when you're like middle school, that's a big thing to figure out.
And again, not to judge your father too harshly, but to me, it also looks like, okay, so he wanted status as a rich guy. That's a way to get status in this country, get money.
Yeah.
And then when that was taken, it was like, he kind of figured out another way to have status, but without that requirement.
I agree. Yeah. He was doing that for sure.
Yeah.
And I will say this thing about my dad, he fumbled a lot. Like he tried things, he didn't quite work out all through his career. And when he hit on this, I think it was the most genuine and the most real thing in his whole life.
He really did love it.
He loved it. And there's a way you can sort of tell the story about this is that my parents went bankrupt in the late 80s. And then my dad was like, got nothing else to do. I'm going to be a Lutheran pastor. They'll take me in. Like, that's a story.
Yep.
I believe it. It's true. There's also a story that this was in his heart his whole life. And it was the best thing for him. I don't think there was anything fake about that part of his life and career.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
He was good at it. He really was.
Okay, so this now takes you up to Michigan.
Yes.
And do you know that the rest of Michigan that we called Taylor Tucky?
Of course.
Okay,
that was
great.
one
I
of
just
the
wanted to-
first terms that I learned when we moved to Taylor Tucky. Yes. Monica looks like she doesn't
I don't
know
know.
what that is. And it's kind of mean to Kentucky because Kentucky's
also-
a nice place.
Absolutely, and my whole family's
Yes.
from there, and I love Kentucky. But alas, we were young, and we did
Alas.
call Taylor Tucky. Does that make sense to you, Monica?
No.
If you're in Michigan, you're calling something Kentucky, you're shitting on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Like
so
Taylor-
this area was called Taylor?
Yeah.
The little town.
Okay, got it.
And it was part of a group of little towns called Downriver.
Got it.
So you arrive there, and Dad gets a post as a pastor at a church. You get church housing.
Free house. Nothing my dad loved more than a free house.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, and he was in a standoff with the church because he said they owned it, so I'm not doing any repairs. So again, this place, the window was broken in the kitchen. He refused.
And you had
to
no
fix-
money.
Not really. No.
Yeah, okay.
We lived in that house with a broken kitchen window, like a big hole in it. I used to say it's a hole the size of a slice of pizza, like that big of a hole for like years.
Yeah.
And with the AC blasting, didn't care because
Yeah.
he wasn't
'Cause he
paying the
wasn't-
electric bill,
yeah.
I presume.
No, he was paying the electric.
Oh, he
bill.
was?
Or sometimes he was.
Okay.
Sometimes he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. They just didn't. They didn't connect things like and consequences.
The fact that these two in their 40s completely change courses and your mom
Yeah.
becomes an
Yeah.
RN and your dad becomes a pastor.
She's been so many things: an engineer, a fashion
person,
designer,
yeah.
a nurse. Like, yeah.
So she's a nurse. Yeah.
And so she starts working around the clock. And now this is interesting because it doesn't seem like it was this way before. this is when they completely split their finances, right?
Right.
So mom has her own bank account at a different bank than dad.
Yes.
And you guys, they've divvied up who's paying for what.
Yes. In their own chaotic way. They have the line is very interesting about who pays for what.
Who is paying for what?
My mom did, and anything that was like a shopping thing, my mom did. Clothes, food, that was all my mom. But anything that was a bill, like the electric bill or anything like that, the car insurance, my father was paying.
Yeah.
And why did they decide to do this? Just because they were like fighting about money?
I think it's because my mom got a job, and being a nurse is a fairly well-paid job, especially compared to the other jobs that they had. And so I think my mom was kind of like protective of her money and wanted to be able to spend her money.
And she was at this point making more than dad.
And she was making more than him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, she told me the PIN for her bank account, and I was never to tell anyone, especially dad. So it was, they split things up.
That's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You were making money, you were working, and dad was like borrowing money off you for pizza sometimes.
Oh, he was always borrowing money. Yeah.
Yeah, rough,
Because
right?
I worked at the coffee house. It was very 90s. I worked at Java Joe's and Wyandotte. And I was making money and I was saving it up because I wanted a car. I got a big Chevy Impala around that time. And, I had to pay for my gas and I had to pay for all my shows I was going to at St. Andrews and wherever. So, but that was my money. But yeah, my dad needed it sometimes.
Last thing I want to flag about high school is that we share this in common. We both outwardly hated Friends.
Oh my God.
And
Friends, the show?
Yeah,
The show.
and we had
Both
never
of you get out of here.
and we had never seen it.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. It was very clear in the 90s it wasn't for
I
me.
thought of
But
Monica's favorite show ever is Friends.
It like defined my life.
however, you watched it in reruns, right?
No, by the time I caught up, it was probably because it started in 94. So I would have been
Oh, it ran forever. I forgot about that part
10
of it.
years. So by the end, I was definitely watching it as it aired.
Okay.
I love it. I
The
can't believe-
happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got to school and everyone was talking about it.
Of course, it's the best show.
And it was like the next day because everyone watched it. I
On
think it was like
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
must-see TV.
Fridays, it was everybody had to talk about it.
And just for fun, I found this funny. Your mother's she's saying stuff to you pretty regularly, like, listen, hand jobs are crucial. You cannot leave a boy
I didn't know
with
you were
blue
going
balls.
to get into this.
Wow.
But
I love
thank
this.
you.
Yeah,
This is like-
is
so
interesting.
glad that
I think it's
Monica's
very
face-
telling of. She also was cool, I guess. I
My
mean,
mom?
yeah, like she's not afraid to talk to you.
No.
She's right.
Cool.
Like, I guess-
Cool is an interesting.
Well, when you have a dad that's a pastor and you think about growing up as a PK, I'm thinking of very
Right.
sheltered, afraid of sex, puritanical. Mom's saying, no, you got to give hand jobs. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But again, that's like what to me feels chaotic. Like that's a through line here. Everything's chaotic. Like there's this
It's
and then there's
chaotic.
this, and it's all meshed
Yeah.
together.
Yes.
That's complicated for a kid to grow up in.
Oh, yeah. It's like there were rules, but they were so weird that I had to figure them out all the time because remaining a virgin was a big deal. You had to do that in my house. Like that was a non-negotiable.
But unlimited hand jobs is fine.
And they were encouraged.
Completely fine. And but it was like there was this thing in my mom about pleasing men. It's it's of her era, and it
Yes.
was like you can't be unpopular. You can't like risk getting turned down.
She was worried you weren't dating. She was like very concerned you weren't dating.
Wasn't dating really in high school. I just, again, not to say anything about the boys I went to high school with, but I wasn't seeing quite what I wanted. And I felt like I was, into books and I was into music and super into weird clothes. Like I loved the, Value Village was my place where I was buying vintage things. I'm still wearing vintage things
love vintage.
into my 40s. But yeah, I was like wearing kind of old man clothes.
Yeah,
and
Hence was the look for gals in the punk rock scene in
it was
Detroit.
I
But do you
liked my
think
look.
you were also trying to like just get through? Like you're like, I just want to get through high school so I can leave this house.
I did just want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like making plans to stay. I couldn't bring boys over.
Yeah.
No.
Although the mom brought a boy over blindly from church for a date for her.
I was dropped off at his house.
Oh, you dropped off at
Okay.
his house.
Because of the thing about you can't go in our house.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And he took me for root beer, which I didn't like then and don't like now.
Yeah. A&W?
It was tough. Yeah, A&W.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what we
Root beer
did.
floats.
I
Nice.
liked A&W.
Yeah. No, I wasn't dating that much. And yeah, it was really stressful for my mom, especially.
Interesting.
It was like, oh no, is anyone going to like her? They thought I was a feminist and that was really weird. I mean, I was a feminist. It wasn't really weird, but that's what I was. And yeah, my dad was into Rush Limbaugh and he was worried I was a feminazi,
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just troubling for them. They were always seeking to be conventional and kind of like normal Americans, like on TV kind of family. That's just what they wanted.
Yeah.
But
and I was
so not what they
doing
were.
that.
What did they want for you?
They wanted me to be a little more prim and wear a little nicer clothes and maybe watch Friends and maybe, be a little bit more of a conventional teenage girl and have like a boyfriend that I held hands with and hopefully he was on a team of some kind. And that was
team.
not my...
But how could you possibly be that? How could
Coming from that environment.
Yes, there's literally no
Cookie cutter.
way. There's no way you could have been
I was
any of
definitely
those
not
things.
that. Yeah, it was really clear. And that, I felt like I was disappointing my parents.
Did they say what they wanted you to do professionally?
This sounds so mean, but I think they wanted me to get married and have some kids.
Yeah, right.
I think that they wouldn't have felt really good just saying that. They would have said, you can do whatever you want for 4 years.
Right.
2.5 or 3 years until you
Find a man. And,
I think that was kind of like, that was very clear.
She also got you a vibrator for Christmas.
She did.
This is so confusing.
I knew that
very
might confuse
confusing.
you.
This is so, I'm so confused.
And then come chat with me if you need to know how to use it.
I was in high school and like, I'm a teenager. I think I was 17. I must have been 17. I barely knew what it was, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And my brother is like 12 and my
Oh.
dad. And I open this thing and I'm like, oh. I mean, it was just horrifying. But it's like my parents were just
so wild.
They were just inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, they really were. They didn't have, I don't know why, because they were so obsessed with being conventional. But they didn't like catch on to boundaries and like some of the normal things that you would hope in your parents.
It's almost like they're like alien. They're like aliens trying to be human.
Trying to act, American.
And they couldn't like do it, but they were trying, but they couldn't do it. And growing up in that sounds so hard.
But again, yes, it was hard. It was also kind of fun. Like there were, I hope that it feels to readers like not oppressive or because
it does to me. Yeah, it feels fun and colorful.
Yeah.
And I think like Dad's likable as hell, right? Like we're kind of listing this stuff, but he's not becoming fulfilling these roles because he's not really fun and probably charismatic and likable.
Yeah. Weirdly, I have many good memories of my parents, both of them, individually and together. I, have some other ones too. And it got harder as they got older and as some of their financial problems got worse, their health problems. I mean, they took care of their health about the way they took care of their money, which is they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go away to college.
Yeah.
When you get out of that house, is that like a Rumspringa for you? Do you remember just being so delighted to
live? So I went to a Lutheran college in Chicago because that was like a path. It was like kind of easy for me.
Halfway out the door.
Yeah. Easy for them to see where I was going. And Chicago was far enough from our Detroit suburbs home that it was like, it just felt new. And I really say to this moment, my college was the city of Chicago. Like I just was out. I felt like school was pretty easy. And I just like did whatever I had to for school. And I think, a lot of the Lutheran kids at the school were like doing pretty boring weekend stuff. They'd, take their sleeping bags and watch a movie in the gym kind of a thing. And I was like, okay, and I was out in the city and I just was only there to sleep. It was great. I learned so much from the art museums, from all the cafes in Chicago. Wicker Park was where I went most of the time. And it was a beautiful time in my life. It's very independent. I just felt so different.
Are you very neat?
I'm pretty neat.
Okay.
But I'm not extreme, actually.
Okay.
People often have been asking me if I've gone to like a Marie Kondo sort of situation.
Minimalist.
And I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of books at home. I love, vintage clothes. I have my stuff. My husband's a big record collector. We have a lot of records at home. Way more maybe than I'm even comfortable with. But I don't live in a like Spartan way.
Okay.
But I do like that comfort thing is what I'm focused on. I was so uncomfortable at home as a kid. You couldn't sit on a couch because it was full of stuff.
Well, you described trying to eat like Thanksgiving dinner in the house, and it's like almost impossible. There's food on the floor.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
trying to.
Under the dining room table, it's like stacked with plastic bags full of like things my mom bought at Target and wherever. Yeah. So you don't even have room for your legs. So I do not live like that at all. Like that to me, anything approaching that kind of like unput away stuff, that's pretty uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
I just got the idea for a retail store if you guys want to be partners on it.
A retail store?
Yes, here's how it works. It's like a Target. You go and you do all your shopping. You pay for it. And then on the way out, they say, would you like us to ship this to your house so you don't have to carry it home? And you go, yes. And you hand it all to them.
Okay.
And then they refund 95% of it.
Oh.
And then it just goes back on the shelves.
Thank you.
And then that person gets that delight of picking the things out, paying for it. Because it doesn't sound like she wants any of it.
Hoarders.
She's getting home and not even pulling it out of the bag. Just shoving the bag under the table.
Yeah,
it's like
the bags were
clearly
never opened.
the event she was after was the purchasing of it. Why don't we build a little center for people?
So it's a lie when they say we'll ship it to your house?
Yeah, but they say it so politely and invitingly, and you're excited to not deal with it going to your car.
Yeah.
You take it up, you go for it, and people just can shop all day long.
I don't know if that's
going to
work. I think they like knowing it's there. Like maybe not unpacking it or whatever, but like the stuff I got is here. I think so much of it, because I have a little bit of this, where if I'm starting to feel like anxious or my life is feeling out of control, I will like look around my space and figure out how to buy something or arrange something so I have control over my life. I have control over my space. So I think it's like I have it here. I feel safe that this is here. I don't need to unpack it, but like it's here.
I do need it here.
Yeah. So I don't know about your store.
Okay. You're not going to invest. Angel investor? Those pay off the biggest usually.
I need to know percentage of hoarders in America before I can angel invest.
I bet it's worse than you think.
Common. I not maybe to the level that my mom was doing it, but I think a number of people have this sort of tendency to accumulate.
Okay, so you get out of college and you become a writer.
Kind of. I mean,
Tell me.
I was interested in writing always, but I kind of like wasn't sure that it was a career. How do you make money as a writer? Like I didn't know about that. And I went into art. I went into other things. So I was like, I worked at a women's college in Milwaukee, where I moved. Lots of Midwest cities in the book. And I did a number of other things in kind of nonprofits. But I was interested in books and writing forever.
How did you meet Dave Eggers?
So in about 2005, I started at 826 Michigan. 826 is this network of youth writing centers that Dave founded with Nineveh Calgary.
Oh, cool.
It started at 826 Valencia Street in San Francisco.
Okay.
And that's why it has the name 826. By the time I got involved, there were probably 8 youth writing centers, free programs, tutoring and writing, open to all kids.
That's awesome.
And it really relies on this model of adult volunteers being involved. So that's really what the organization is. Adults in the community want to give back. 826 kind of finds a spot for them and runs these programs. And it's beautiful. And, that program publishes youth writing too. So you can come in and have your writing in a book.
Yeah.
And so I got involved in that. And that's how I met Dave. That's about when I met him, about 20 years ago.
Okay, so who got sick first, your mom or your dad?
Well, they were both ill in different ways, but my dad was sicker first.
He was.
So he had a terrible event, he had 2 terrible events. He had a nervous breakdown, basically, when he was in the pulpit preaching.
In the middle of preaching?
In the middle of a Sunday service. He just said, I can't do this anymore. And he turned around and he left.
In the middle of the service?
In the middle. And my mom picked him up and they drove around and he basically had a real mental health event. And, I think it was, looking back on it, just if I were to analyze it at all, I think it was all the years of the exaggerations and the not quite doing things on the level. And it just kind of caught up with him in some way. Just all that stress. You can imagine all the stress that he must have been under. So that's what I think happened.
Yeah, do you think it was like a bottom for an alcoholic where he kind of maybe admitted, oh my God, I'm full of shit?
And here I am standing in front of all these people.
Who
Sunday
are looking
morning,
at me.
everyone's looking at me for the answers. And he just was
I
like,
don't have
actually,
any.
I don't have the answers.
Did he ever return?
He did.
He did.
In a way, in a manner of speaking. So he did other things. He took on a little church in the Pontiac area.
Oh, sure.
So we moved around a little bit more. I was out of the house by then.
Yeah.
But they moved to Pontiac. And he had a small church that was just starting there. That also was kind of tough. He was different then. And then started being a Lutheran counselor. So he went back to school again when he was in his 60s. Wow. And this is so much like the New York City commute story. He decided to get his other degree in counseling in Windsor, Ontario, which, you just go right across the bridge, no big deal. But it was, an international commute for...
Oh, my God.
But, he was always doing the same things.
Yeah.
The patterns.
So all of that was transpiring. And then, unfortunately, he had a terrible stroke a few years after that. So he, and those last years of his life were really hard. He was pretty much in a wheelchair at that point.
And they were financially pretty rough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they weren't paying their bills in the 70s, and they just kept doing that. So by 2005, 2007, big trouble.
I sometimes marvel at the amount of stress people who live like that with debt nonstop, what it's like. Or are they able to compartmentalize it in a way that doesn't affect them? But yeah, my dad too, he owed everyone money and filed bankruptcy a few times. And he was in this house that he couldn't afford. And it was like, how long could he stay there before they kicked him out? And I just thought, how are you enjoying any of this? This would just be so stressful for me.
So stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it did affect them. It affected their health a lot, just their physical and their mental health.
Yeah.
And explain how your mom was always ready to die.
I mean, she would never stop talking about it. And I don't think she was suicidal, but, she became a hospice nurse eventually in her nursing career.
Wow.
And really, I mean, what a noble thing, right?
It is.
Being a hospice nurse is an incredible service, I think, to everyone.
Yeah.
So she, I think, got into it. If I can just be so crass, she just felt like it was such a special thing. Being able to shepherd people into their next life.
Yeah.
And care for people and care for families that way. So she just thought it was a very noble thing. And it was part of her, she looked up to people who were in this death and dying business. It's about comfort.
Yeah, it's about comfort till
which
the
is
end.
such a beautiful thing, right?
Is.
It's
It really is.
I mean, I'm a fan of hospice too.
Yeah.
But yeah, for my mom, it was I think she was so stressed and tired herself, exhausted from these lives that they'd lived, that she was kind of looking forward to the moment where her whole life would be about that kind of comfort.
So she had cancer?
My mom had kidney disease.
Kidney disease.
Yeah, my dad ended up having cancer too. So my dad had the stroke and then lots of other problems and developed skin cancer because he grew up in Miami, no sunblock in those 40s and 50s when he was growing up.
Yeah.
So he had cancer. My mom had kidney disease.
When she was getting towards the end, you were now consumed with the bigger issue was having to deal with everything that she was leaving behind than the actual death.
I mean, since I was 8, I was worried about the stuff in our house, right? This dream I had and this incredible, kind of oppressive force of all that stuff. I thought about it when I was a kid. Oh my God, who's going to deal with all this?
Yeah.
And even when I moved to Chicago, some part of me, I remember thinking, oh, I'll live in another state. And then if whatever happens to them and their stuff, maybe it's not my problem. That was always in my life, always I was worried about whose responsibility it might be when they passed.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
You have a younger brother. He's 5 years
I do.
younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened when she passed? What was that process like?
I don't know if I was eager. I wasn't eager for her to pass exactly, but I was so stressed about all the stuff to do.
Yes.
And all the undoing of all these things that they had. They had this apartment in Milford, actually.
Oh, that's where I grew up.
Yes. I think it's not named in the book, but that is where my
No kidding.
mom's. And that's where these storage units were of theirs, which is at the end of the book. So they had this stuffed apartment, and they had 2 full storage units of stuff. And then, there was stuff to do. So at the end, when I knew it was the very end of her life, I had to hire some people to help me clean out the apartment.
Yeah.
It was not in any way something that I could physically or mentally handle. It was so much, and it was so gross.
Were you kind of like, I just want to fucking light this thing off?
So
fire.
I feel guilty now. But not terribly guilty. So yeah, my dad, he was not a hoarder. And yet he hoarded some stuff, right? And as he got more broke, his obsession with that kind of, intensified. But I know, he had this, he had the downstairs of this house, and the woman who owned it, her house was getting foreclosed on, and she just left to another state. When he died, I was like, I'm just gonna leave everything. I'm just gonna pretend it's not my issue, and the house itself is gonna get repossessed. I don't know. So I just didn't deal with it.
So you didn't do anything.
I went in there and I was like, do I want anything? I took his sobriety coins and that was it. And then my brother came a few days later. Maybe he took some stuff. But all in all, I was really overwhelmed with that moment where you go like,
overwhelming.
Yeah.
it's so overwhelming and it's dirty and it's gross. I had this moment where I'm like, oh yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Like no one's here to care about this anymore. So it's now has zero value.
Right.
And just the realization like, oh, you add the value to these objects.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very profound moment. I think to stand in someone's house who's died and you realize all this crap they cared about
incredible.
is
And what does it mean at the end? It means so little.
Yeah.
In my mom's case, she had been hinting for a while that she had hidden money in her stuff. So it was a little treasure hunt that I went on. And I did find quite a bit of cash.
Oh, you
actually.
did?
I did. This was like her savings account because all of her accounts were always overdrawn. But I did find about $4,000.
And she just
That she
had
squirreled
it
away and hid
hidden
from your
around.
dad.
Yeah, she'd been hiding it for a long time.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah, I hired some folks, and they usually do, crime scenes. They were like the crime scene people,
Right.
Yeah.
to clean up
And
my mom's place.
when the whole episode, because they died, within a year and a half of each
But
other?
a year and a half, yeah.
So when that whole chapter's closed, and then you have a child, how does it reframe how you looked at them, process that whole experience? What has it done?
I will say, their whole lives. I was 37 when my mom died, and she died second. That whole time, I didn't know what to make of them. I knew certain things. I knew they were just exceptional people, like really unusual.
Yeah.
In some really good ways and some really troubling ones. But I didn't know what to make of it. They said and did some things that were really hurtful to me, both like really actively and passively just by who they were.
Right.
But I did love them. And I know they loved me. I mean, that's absolutely the clearest thing to me ever. But I didn't really know what to make of them. And so for me, some time passed. They've been gone 10 years now. My dad longer than that. I kind of wanted to know what really happened with my parents. My dad was lying about everything, always. And they were so mysterious. So I, years later, decided to kind of investigate them and just look at them like a journalist would.
Yeah. It makes me think of like when you're in elementary school and there's a kid next to you, you just have no clue what environment he or she's in.
We don't know anything about how people have grown up. Like their experience on Earth could be so different from ours. What about their parents?
We were estranged from them.
You were both.
Yeah. We had a brief period in Indiana where we were connected with my mom's mom and her stepdad. We lived there for 3 years, our 3 rich years, which was we were only really rich for one of those 3 years, but we were pretending to be rich for the last 2. So her mom, my grandma, was kind of around.
Okay.
She was older. She was beginning to fail at that point.
Okay.
And actually my mom, I always find this like so devastating, but my mom found out that her mom died because she got a news clipping in the mail, maybe like 2 months after her mom died.
That's how she found out.
That's how she found out, which is a really stark difference between the end of my mom's life. And I mean, I was in it. And that's like the whole end of the book is this process of figuring out what to do with her stuff and what to do with my life and how things end for her. So yeah, they were just really estranged from their families.
Yeah, it also makes you think people are way weirder than you know.
Oh, my parents used to
Right?
say that all the time. Like when I would want, I'd be like, why can't we have something like this? Or why don't we? They'd always just be like, you have no idea what's going on in people's homes. Like you
just
think
don't know.
you see this thing, but you have no idea.
Well, especially in this case where
really
he was
true.
certainly a trusted pastor who you would go to for advice. And now is really quick, your wisdom teeth. You didn't have
my
any
wisdom
insurance.
teeth.
You need to get your wisdom teeth out.
My dad made friends with, in our Detroit suburbs days, he made friends with a dentist who he would like play golf with. I think the dentist needed some like counseling help or something, popped into my dad's church. They strike up a friendship. The dentist offers to pay my dad for the counseling. And my dad says, well, I'll trade you. Like, how about I come get my teeth cleaned and we'll just do it that way. So this was this kind of like goofy dentist that my dad was friends with. And it was unusual. My dad really didn't have friends that much. He had so many people looked up to him, but he was never a peer socially with people.
Right.
This guy, he was, and it was a couple of years. My dad and my brother were getting their teeth cleaned, basic dental stuff. And then when I was 18, I was about to go to college and I needed my wisdom teeth out. And my dad like arranged it for free with this guy. And long story, he messed up. Because
He wasn't an oral surgeon.
He wasn't an oral
He's
surgeon.
just a
He was
regular old
just a
dentist.
dentist.
And a golfer.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And you know,
He sewed her cheek to her gums.
Oh, that sort of happened to me.
Did that happen
Not
to you?
my cheek, but the back two were kind of like connected.
oh no.
Like I could only open my mouth
Oh,
so
like
wide.
sewed your gums together.
Like no,
Ooh.
like the top gum to the bottom.
yeah.
Did that hurt?
I mean, I remember being like, why can't I open my mouth yet? Like, it's been a lot of days. And so I went back in and they like cut it. Maybe my parents also bartered to get me.
It was a
free.
barter. Yeah, no, it hurt a lot. And I just like, as a kid, I was like, I've never had my wisdom teeth
Right.
out. Maybe it just like hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And my dad was so sweet. I just remember I have these memories because I was taking Vicodin, like quite a bit of Vicodin, because it kept hurting and I couldn't eat because it was just like a problem.
Yeah.
It was problematic. And my dad was just, sitting with me, kept offering to make me cream of wheat. He was so
Oh my God,
nice.
I love cream of wheat.
And but I was a mess, and we went in, and they said
The nurses said.
yeah, the nurses were like, "Oh my God,
Yeah, your whole mouth sewn
we-
up here.
we
We
have a
got to
problem.
cut some
I'm
of these.
impressed that you don't hate them.
hate isn't the word."
I know that's like a really mean, harsh thing to say. But people are mad at their parents for like
A lot less.
a lot
Yeah,
less.
I know that.
And this is
I have been
intense.
very unhappy with them many times, in many ways. It's been a while. Time has passed, and
Well, this is what I was wondering when I asked how having a kid impacted this.
yeah.
So my dad died 13 years ago, and I feel like over those 13 years, I've come to like fully accept who he was in a way that I never did. I see him as a human. He sees being this role of my dad, and I see him as a human. Then I start to see like all these wonderful things about him. Now I just have this kind of deep sadness that I can't just be around him in full acceptance of him, no expectations of what he's supposed to be, and just maybe enjoy him. And then I can't. So that's been my interesting kind of journey with it.
I'm totally at peace with my parents, although I'm not really interested in hanging with them. I
Yeah.
was trying to think about, how do I say this? I spent my time with them, and it was the time that it was,
Yeah.
But I'm totally at peace. I'm not angry. The word hate, like, it's just not there. Like, I just don't feel that. They did what they did. I think they did their best.
Yeah.
I think their best is wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's just very wild.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
very few others' best.
Well, it's just beautifully written. Destroy This House. I hope everyone checks it out. It'll be out when this comes out on the 26th. It'll be out.
Great.
So I hope everyone
Yay.
checks it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a very, very honest and beautiful story. I think you should
you.
feel quite proud of it.
Thanks for letting me talk about it with you too.
Yeah.
This has been
Absolutely.
really
Thanks
fun.
for coming.
Oh, good. Yeah. All right. Take care.
Stay tuned for the fact check. It's where the party's at.
You have
Powder?
right around here. Cocaine.
I just did a ton of cocaine, about 3 grams, $180.
You forgot how to do it. So
It's been a while.
It on your
20,
face.
be 21 years next week, and yeah, I've forgotten how.
21 years. Wow.
21 years.
That's a long time.
That's too long.
Ironically, that's when people can start drinking.
That is ironic. So yeah, 21 years since I've done coke, and I just got it all over my face because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
For the listener and viewer, I put powder on my face before these now that we're on video.
It's shocking.
And I came in and I was pretty much covered in powder.
Yeah, white powder. But I wasn't scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't scared at all. Have you been crying?
No, does it also look like I was crying?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a real mess. I thought I was doing great. I worked out. Just had a fun chat on the phone.
Oh, maybe your workout caused you to cry a little.
So do I look puffy or my eyes look irritated?
They just look a little red.
Oh. Maybe I
But
was
in
on
a
cocaine.
sad way, like you cried.
Oh, no, I didn't cry today. Yeah. Although I could have cried this morning.
Oh, maybe you did and you forgot?
They're doing an insane construction project in front of the house.
Oh, I
like
know.
a city.
It's so annoying.
Tearing up sidewalks and drilling into the pavement. And the house is shaking.
Uh-huh.
Starting at about 6:37 a.m. It starts shaking. To the degree I'm shocked it hasn't shut off the gas yet because the gas has an earthquake emergency shut-off valve on it. It's gone off before. Whiskey's going berserk.
Ooh.
He does not understand. It's a construction project. He thinks the house is going to fall down and that.
Whiskey the dog with 3 legs.
Whiskey the dog with 3 eggs. So he's got his whole routine. I'm trying to meditate and trying to journal. And he barks, so I put him on the bed. That's normally okay. And then I put him on the bed. And then he chills.
Mm-hmm.
But now his move is I put him on the bed. He's on there for 20 seconds. There's an earthquake. He jumps off. He runs in a circle. Then he comes back to the bed and starts barking. I pick him up. I put him back on. He stays for 12 seconds. And this was going on. I mean, this was madness.
Okay.
It was madness.
And you wanted to cry.
Well, you know what I thought? And it's a testament to pause when agitated, as they say in the program.
Yeah. PWA.
Actually, I'm not sure where this is. I'm moving downstairs. It's time.
Forever.
Because the girls are also coming in and out of the bedroom to do, they love using our bathroom. I don't know why. They have a beautiful bathroom. They will not use it.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And every time, so at some point I had to put whiskey in the hallway. I couldn't do anything.
That's fine, yeah.
And then every time they come in, I'm trying to shut the door. They don't shut the door. Whiskey's back. You do the whole circle. And then at some point I was like, I'm moving downstairs into the downstairs bedroom.
Okay.
That's going to be where I live now.
Okay.
TBD.
Oh, so it's still, you haven't.
The pause when agitated was I was going to announce that, which is, I'm glad I didn't announce that. Because also now, a couple hours later, I don't feel as resolute about moving downstairs.
Okay.
And I was like, good thing I didn't announce that. They could have caused everyone to,
Sure.
But
okay, so actually.
Both girls were mad at me, because I'm like.
Sounds like I really nailed it.
That I was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I did cocaine in response.
Yeah. I think I am very intuitive. I know I am very intuitive.
What if I tried to call, like obviously I would have no clue where to get that drug anymore. What if I called the dealer from 21 years ago? I was like, hey, remember?
Oh my God.
And then that person was like, hey man, I don't still do this. I would have been in prison or quit.
Or dead. You're supposed to delete that from your phone, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, that was
How
also
you would
like
even
25 phones ago.
Yeah, that's true. Please don't do cocaine this weekend because it's my birthday weekend has started.
Yeah, I'm not ever going to do cocaine again.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But just like, especially not this weekend.
Maybe on my deathbed.
No.
No.
You won't even be able to.
No, I'll have to have my family put it in my nose.
Is that how you want to spend it? No, you want to spend it touching everyone and holding everyone's hand.
Oh, I'll still be doing that.
You won't be present.
I will be ultra present.
No. Fine. I can't tell you what to do on your deathbed.
Okay.
I'm just asking you not to do it this weekend.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
No, won't do it.
My birthday luck has started.
Why does your hair look so nice?
Wow. That was a great setup.
Okay.
I wasn't sure,
you were nervous to brag about it.
Well, sometimes we talk about products, sometimes we don't, whatever. But I use Rose hair products. They're incredible hair products, R-O-Z.
Okay.
Okay? They really are. Shampoo, conditioner, there's a oil and a lubricant.
I use it too.
You do?
As a conditioner.
Great conditioner.
I have to use a Save Your Hair shampoo.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
But then with the conditioner, I do ROZ. Yeah.
It's a great brand. Owned by Mara Rozak, who is a celebrity hairstylist. She does Emma Stone.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
lots of amazing people.
Okay.
She's the sweetest lady.
Oh, perfect.
Anyway, I love that hairline. And then they did a collab with The Great, an incredible clothing company. But they did this collab where they made a hair towel.
A hair towel.
That, you know how you like
Yeah.
turn your head down, you wrap your hair and you pull it up.
Yeah.
But it's a mix, it's like terry cloth mixed with like
Microfiber?
sweatshirt material.
Oh, okay.
And it like sticks itself in this little strap and whatever. It's comfortable. And when I use that thing, my hair looks so good the next day.
Wow. So do you sleep in it?
No, I just keep it on for
Post-shower for an hour?
for as long until bed, and then I go to bed.
And then you wake up and you're back in their Herbal Essence
and I'm
commercial.
mermaid.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So shout out to all those products.
Yeah, and folks.
And folks.
I sure hope you're getting paid on the side.
I'm not. I am really not. I would love to. If they're going
Yeah.
to do a campaign, I think I'd be a great candidate. I have experience with Herbal Essence, how I got my start.
And they're thriving.
I was at Mahjong with, I guess I'll throw them under the bus, Anthony and Rachel, and I forget who else was there. My Mahjong set is beautiful, as we can imagine.
I would have guessed that.
People who play Mahjong will understand this. The winds have mermaids on them, which is why I was drawn to this in the first place. I'm very drawn to mermaids, even though I don't like the sea. That part we don't talk about. So I
You like when they come to shore.
Yeah, when they're sitting on their rock.
Mm-hmm.
But I said that the Herbal Essence commercial, God, how did I phrase it? I should check with Anthony, but I think I said like, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And he could not. He was like, no.
Why do you claim that?
Because
Did you get your SAG card or something from it?
I don't remember. I might have already had it. I don't remember about that, but I got paid double scale.
Okay.
At that time. That is, so for people who don't know, scale is the lowest amount you can get paid on a project.
Negotiated by the union.
SAG,
Yeah.
yes. It's the lowest you can get paid. And most commercials, you get paid scale.
Yep.
And this commercial was double scale. It was unheard
Because you were in
of.
swimwear? Why was it double?
I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, it was a really grueling shoot, so maybe. But it was double scale.
Partial nudity?
It was partial nude. And you had to swim. And I, lied.
So stunt pay, maybe?
I lied.
Well, you
And then it was really bad when I had to do it. Like, I couldn't really do it.
Really?
Yeah, like I could,
But you didn't look elegant.
I didn't look good.
You didn't look like a mermaid.
Yeah, and I couldn't get under deep enough. So anyway.
Look more like a chimpanzee trying to swim.
Yeah. Or like dog, the dog.
Well, they can swim pretty good.
Yeah, but that's how I kind of am. Like I'm like a half above water.
Doggy paddle, yeah.
So anyway, it was a huge commercial to get. Every girl auditioned for that commercial.
Yeah. Confidence builder.
It was a huge confidence builder.
Yeah.
And I
I could be in a commercial with pretty people being a mermaid.
It wasn't even about pretty people. It was just like I just got validation that I can be here.
Yes.
It was my first real commercial.
National commercial.
Yeah. And everyone auditioned. So, of course, when I first got there, I was like, oh my God, I'm never getting this.
Yeah.
And then when I did, it was just like beautiful confirmation that I belonged.
Yes.
And it was enough. It was enough to keep me in the game.
Yep.
So I think that's the best thing that ever happened to me. But Anthony did not like that.
He didn't like
No.
it.
And I thought he would like it because that's like.
I mean, and similarly, punk's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Right.
It started the entire thing.
I know,
without
but he
that
would
show.
say that's a bigger deal than my commercial. Like
But I couldn't book commercials. So Punk was my herbal essence. I booked 2 commercials in 8 years.
I know, but for him, he'd be like, Punked is you're showing your real talent.
Okay.
It's
So are you.
now
Your
I'm
hair.
now I'm having to be him. Yeah. And this is the commercial that I got my ring,
Right.
my special ring that did lose us the election, but that's okay.
But now it's back.
It's back. So yeah, he didn't like that at all, but I stand by it.
Yeah, I'll co-sign on that.
I might not be here if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
So I have to.
I'm going to move back to.
I might have. It might have
Yeah.
been like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's
can't.
so grueling.
Yeah.
So thank you, Herbal Essences.
Herbal essence.
I think, but sometimes
Is it
people
plural?
say that's the confusion. Anyway, my birthday luck has started. I was able to turn left out of my apartment today.
Okay. Can you
Very
not always
rare.
do that?
Very rare.
Really?
Yeah, because I live off of a very populous.
Why don't you just wait for the
thoroughfare.
light to turn on?
No, because I get stressed. I get stressed if
That's
people
what
are
I do when I have
behind me.
to turn left. Everything is wait for that light to turn, and then I turn into the left turn lane, which is always open. And then I go to the thing and I bang a left, and then I bang a right on Frankly.
Yeah, I know, but I
It's a good route.
in the
Think about
morning
it.
at this time,
Yeah.
it's pretty heavy traffic.
Okay.
There's a buildup, and even listen, I do this every day. So sometimes I'm able to turn left because I'm catching it at the exact right moment.
Right.
And mostly I don't. I can't. But today I did, and it was a good sign.
Yeah. Good birthday
good
juju.
birthday sign.
Yeah. And you got a present. Do you want to dare open it?
Yeah, so somebody sent a present,
To TT.
yes, to me via Carly.
Yeah.
And I haven't opened it yet, so I have no idea what it is. But Carly opens the things first, and she texted and said,
It's not a bomb.
yeah. She said, someone sent you a really cool gift. I think you'll want it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to open it.
Put it on
real
that,
time.
there we go. And now you can open it presentation style.
Now, it has a
Do
football.
you know when I would seat people at CPK, I was required to say, would you like to sit in front of our exhibition style kitchen?
You said that.
I had to.
I'm shocked
I had to
you
say,
did
are you
it.
familiar with the menu? I had to say what my favorite app was. You know, there was a whole playbook.
What was your favorite app?
The spinach artichoke dip.
Sure,
Duh. Yeah.
Wow.
It was before I was calorie conscious.
Yeah. Oh, spinach artichoke dip.
Yes.
There's nothing better. Okay. Hi, Monica. We're big fans of the pod at Heritage Gear and thought you like one of our UGA bags. Go Bulldogs!
Oh my
All
Lord.
our best Dan and Brian. Oh my God.
Dan? Brian?
Dan, Brian. Whoa.
Whoa, this feels couture.
It does.
Is this an
Feel
atelier?
luxury. Oh, wow.
Oh, what a good beach bag for you.
This is beautiful.
You're always at the beach.
I love the beach.
Can't keep you away from
Well,
the beach.
mermaids.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Okay, this is beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Dan and Brian.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely bag, really well constructed leather.
Yeah.
We've got like a nice soft.
You might be able to wrap
front.
your hair in that at night. It looks like it's kind of the material you were describing.
Wow, how cool! This is great.
That is wonderful.
Thank you. How sweet.
Yes, that's really a nice gift.
And now every time someone says like "Roll Tide" or whatever.
You can hit them with that bag. You
Yeah.
should fill that bag with bars of soap and marbles so it really packs a wall up when you connect.
Wow. Oh my God, this is the row.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, great segue.
Okay,
I read in comments someone wanted me to tell you that the row has a playlist. Did you already know this?
of course.
How did you know this?
I've
But
known-
how'd you know what I was going to say?
Because so many people.
Have been telling you.
Yes,
Okay.
and I don't mean to be this girl.
Don't go any further.
I'm gonna. You guys, you think I don't know? I mean, I also like that people are looking out for me. That's so sweet. But I got multiple texts.
You get
about it.
offended that
No,
people
I-
think you're not in the know.
No, but I feel conflicted because I want to just be like, oh my gosh, thanks. But also the truth is I've known about these playlists for years.
What kind of music's on the playlist?
All kinds. It is vibey. It's a good playlist. But I've known about this for quite a long time because I get emails.
From the row?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you're all dialed in with their circulars. And
For some reason, this did like hit all of a sudden. I don't know if it was on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Where everyone was texting me about this on the same day. So they must have upped their marketing on this.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is interesting.
It's in the zeitgeist.
Speaking of the row, let's talk about Halloween.
Oh, okay.
So we were at the Richardsons for Eric's birthday. You and the
birthday,
boys.
Eric.
Happy birthday. It's my birthday now. So, okay. And so you were in the sauna.
What do we say for girls? Like boys have sausage party.
I know.
It's clam something.
Clam bake?
Ew, no. That's disgusting.
Is that a thing or did we just make that up? Because that's pretty funny.
I feel like I saw it on a TV show recently where they were talking about that.
Oh my God,
bake.
that's disgusting.
Was it a sausage party or a clam bake? Oh, I really like clam bake. I think I'm gonna try to incorporate that more often.
Okay, great. So the girls were talking about Halloween.
Yeah.
And as you said, I think you brought this up the other day, but I think we are kind of moving forward, I'm pretty sure.
With the pun costumes?
Yeah, which puns isn't, it's like, it's a mashup.
Okay, yeah, that's a better description.
So you have
A linking word.
Exactly. Like
A linked concept. Burt Reynolds rap.
Yeah. Which is great. So I've decided I'm gonna be the row your boat.
Okay.
So I'll be
Adorned.
It's an opportunity to shop.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll carry some sort of oar or have a boat around me.
Okay. That sounds very cumbersome.
Why?
Like, are you going to take this on the hayride and then for trick or treating, or just at the house for the pre-party?
I mean, I'll probably need to carry
Like
the
if you have
oar.
a kayak around you or
I know.
something.
Maybe I'll just go oar.
Okay, great. Yeah. That's great.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go shopping. What are you going to be?
I was trying to make up one with Ferrari so that I had an excuse to buy a Ferrari. Like
you can.
Ferrariana.
Ferrariana or Ferrariana Grande.
Oh my God, Ferrariana Grande. Now I'm into the concept. Because I like Ariana Grande.
Of course.
A lot. And I like Ferraris even more.
I understand.
But I would never own one.
You need a big one, a grande one.
Oh, well.
That's right.
So the SUVs that they're not SUV, the F. I'm not going to bore you with the bigger Ferraris.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, you could even do, there's a lot, because you could do a grande coffee cup.
Ferrariana. Oh, but leave Ferrari out of it. Just stick with Ariana Grande latte.
No,
Ariana Grande latte.
Ferrariana Grande latte is like, you'd have to wear a blonde wig.
3 things going?
Yeah. Blonde wig of like some Ferrari. You're in like a Ferrari F1 costume or whatever.
Yeah.
Costume, uniform.
Race
what do they
suit?
call it? Race suit. Okay. Yeah. Blonde hair. And then you're holding a grande coffee cup.
That's great. How do I do Ariana? It's the blonde hair,
Yeah.
or I'll be singing Wicked the whole night, maybe.
Both.
Yeah, both. That okay. I guess we found mine.
So that's great.
Rob, you got one
Who
off
do
the
you
top
want
of
to
your.
be?
I don't have one.
What do you want to buy?
Yours would be so easy because you have so many bands you like.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, no one will know what his is because he refuses to like a band that anyone knows.
I think people are not going to know a lot of them. We're going to have to wear tags.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But isn't the fun of it staring at someone trying to figure out what it is?
Sure.
But what I'm saying is Rob he's going to pick a band like
I'll pick like Phoebe
the Mud
Bridge.
Flappers.
Yeah,
Phoebe Bridgers.
Everyone knows Phoebe Bridgers. That's a great one.
Phoebe Bridges over Madison County.
But it's Bridgers.
Is that
Phoebe Bridgerton.
Oh, I have another update.
Okay, great. You're on fire. Because yesterday, well, I guess it was 2 days
Last
ago,
fact
you
check.
were struggling.
I know, and I actually have an update on that too.
Okay.
I think I am wrong. I think I was wrong. I think I was further along in my PMS than I anticipated. I think I am about to start my period. which you did.
I mansplained to you.
You mansplained.
Unfortunately, sometimes us men are right.
No.
Sometimes we are.
Listen.
We're going to get it right every now and then.
This is what happened.
Okay.
I actually was some days late last month.
Oh, and then you reset your thing, but it adhered to the previous rhythm.
I think so.
I mean, the backward shirt, the hurting back, I won't add some of the other symptoms you shared with me.
My stomach hurt.
You thought you had Hannes.
Well, I felt like I should have it, but I wasn't.
Right.
Which is cramps.
Which is pretty telltale signs.
Straightforward cramps. Yeah, so I think it's coming, which I am worried.
On your birthday.
I've got this pool party.
Yeah, but you can go to a pool party on your
No one wants
period.
to have a pool party on their period.
They don't?
No, it sucks because you're like bloated and you have to wear a tampon or period underwear, but I'll probably wear a tampon.
Now we might wear a tampon.
Oh, at a pool party, yeah.
There's a lot of things going my way right now.
No, they're not.
There are.
You're making everything so black.
We had a fight that you swear you don't ever wear a tampon.
At the pool? I do.
Just hold on. So you never had a tampon, and now you're wearing a tampon. Now your period's actually here.
Stop using the word never. That's not fair or accurate.
You recently told me there's a comedian you no longer like that I didn't like. Things are really going my way this week. And I'm not even pushing. I'm just like gently hanging out. And I do admire your integrity for reporting these. It's admirable.
The
like
thing,
you were incentivized to just keep this period thing a secret from me.
I was.
Yeah.
So
I admire you.
I brought that to you. I agree you were right about it. But maybe. We'll see when the period comes.
We'll see.
Okay? But also you're not right about the tampon.
TBP.
You are not right about that. If I am in a pool situation and I'm on my period, I have to wear a tampon.
Okay.
I've never said otherwise. You were right about another person too, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it.
Okay, now, now
I'm just gonna humbly now I'm not gonna glow, and I'm gonna just say thank you for your integrity. And it's really brave and admirable.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about Ike Barinholtz?
Yeah, Rob.
Ike Barinholtz is the greatest.
It.
I was just on the phone talking about Ike Barinholtz.
He's the best there
seconds
ever was.
before I walked in here.
We just love him so much.
I was talking to Joy. Joy's going to Burning Man.
Oh,
yes,
fun.
and she was talking
for the first
all
time?
about a second time.
Okay. She's a burner. I would not.
Yes, and she was breaking it down for me. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I think you gotta experience that thing before you leave planet Earth, for sure.
I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah. But I'm happy for Joy. Joy's...
You know me, I want to dance and watch a fire and the art and the people. Maybe get an electric bicycle. And oh, man, maybe I'll paint myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fun. You should go with her.
I'm putting it on this is my 2026 New Year's
when
resolution.
When is it? Because we have...
It's Labor Day is the problem.
Oh.
Like, I got half a mind to just go now, but we're going to Nashville for Labor Day.
Yeah, you can't go.
Can't do it. So it's going to have to be a 2026 resolution.
Speaking of Nashville, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I was at Cara the other day, and a very nice man came up to me. He's in a band that plays there sometimes. He's introduced himself before. He's very, very nice, and he's an armchair.
Okay.
Oh, this was on Wednesday because it was the day that Nancy Siegel, the twin expert, came out.
Yeah. This is when you were struggling, too. It was 2 Wednesdays ago. No, this was
struggling. Yeah. And he came up and he was like, twin expert. Oh, my God. Like, he loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was talking about that. And then he said, this is not, I don't want you to get defensive.
Okay.
Okay?
Probably got to now. I know something negative's coming.
No, it was like
no one's ever said like, I don't want you to get defensive. She said you're hot. A compliment's never following. I hope you don't get defensive.
You're right. It wasn't a negative towards you. It was a positive towards me.
Oh, how that's not negative towards me.
Well, you're involved.
Okay.
So he said, I want to thank you for defending Los Angeles so much.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if people start throwing eggs at me in Los Angeles now that I've been vocally.
Yeah, you've been really hard on it for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I get it, but he's from Texas. And he's a musician, so he's like spent a lot of time in Nashville. And he was like, it's great. He was like, but I like
he likes it here.
This place is special.
Yeah.
And
it's hugely special.
Yeah. And
my issues with it, this is a very special, wonderful city. I'd argue it's in the top 5 cities in America. But we're very densely populated.
We are.
Driving around is a beatdown. The place is burning down. It has its challenges. And I've just enjoyed kind of
It's just when we say the place is burning down, like that unfortunately feels like you weren't saying that when that was happening, but now you're saying it because you spent time somewhere else. Like you hated when people were saying that. You were like, people are overreacting and saying like the air or the this. Like, it's fine.
But that, no. No, yes, I wasn't like all spun out about it. But I'm saying we have fires every year.
Yeah, we have
Bel Air
fires.
catches on fire every year. It's a stressful place. That's also a reality. I love it here. I mean, the same can be said about anyone in the hurricane zones.
That's what I mean. There's just things happening everywhere. No, you're not going to live anywhere without. When I was in Georgia last, there was an earthquake.
I know.
You do? I already talked about that?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, so yeah.
No, I love Los Angeles.
Okay, he was happy to have his city defended.
Yeah.
And I was happy to do it.
Yeah, good for both of you.
Yeah. Anywho.
And I love it here.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, back to my...
Canyon, it's not a bad place.
Yeah,
it's far preferable to so many
place.
places.
Yeah, lots of dreams
and
here.
And also, I really like being in nature with less people and less traffic and people more concerned about their families than their careers. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, now my story. I feel like maybe my cleaner, who is my CEO, who I love deeply, lady, she might think I'm like a drug addict.
Because of your GLP-1?
Yeah.
I have the same thought with,
Because the needle, I collect the needles in a water bottle.
Yes.
And then she has to see this collection of needles.
Yeah. She probably thinks you're diabetic.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think she thinks
the percentage of diabetics is much higher than the percentage of junkies.
But now they have things for diabetes. You can like hook onto yourself and stuff.
The pump, yeah.
Yeah, the pump. And she is probably in a moral dilemma because she's like, I care about Monica. And she's falling into this like very dark place, this drug-addled place. And she's sick, but she pays me well. And if I address this, she might stop.
Now you find yourself at the crossroads a lot of representatives do in this town, which is they have a client who is a cash cow and they're killing themselves.
Yeah.
You don't find yourself. Lady finds herself in this situation. Yeah. And she'll probably not bring it up like most representatives don't bring it up.
I don't blame her.
I won't name any names, so I don't think I'm throwing anyone in the bus, but my business manager, who is like really my favorite person. Yeah. I've just been with him for 30 or whatever it's been, 23 years or something. I love him. But he was a part of an intervention a long time ago.
He was?
Yes, with a client that he shared with a lot of different people. An agent.
Not on you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I came to him about to be sober for good. Yeah. Anyways, it was an intervention with like the manager, the lawyer, the agent, and the business manager. And they all said like, you got to go to treatment or we're all going to fire you. And then the actor didn't go to treatment and he was the only one.
He did.
Yes.
I love him so much.
Yeah, this is so funny.
I wish that person had gone back.
Yes.
After sobriety.
Yeah. If they got sober.
Because the business manager deserves that.
Did the right thing.
Yeah, he did the right thing. I love him.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so I'm not doing heroin.
No, and if she doesn't listen.
She doesn't listen.
No.
But I hope it gets back to her.
Okay.
Do you have any stories?
Just what a bounce back. I just am happy to be here. Let's do some facts.
Okay.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Facts. What a story.
What a story.
Sometimes we have people on who just have incredible stories. They've just lived lives that seem extreme, but I think a lot of people can actually relate to them.
Yeah, I think as we discussed in the episode, everyone's got a lot more going on than you think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of reminded me a tiny bit of Jeanette McCurdy's memoir.
Oh, my God.
Great book. Great
Kill my
interview.
mom? I want to kill my mom?
No, I Wish My Mom Was Dead.
Wish My Mom
I think
Was
is
Dead.
what it's called. I think they're doing a show.
Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm. And I think Jennifer Aniston is producing it, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Yep. Really cool.
I'm glad my mom died.
I'm glad my mom died.
Anyway, this is sort of similar to that. So she gave us a really cool present. It was a lunch box, which is a version of the magazine. They put out a quarterly magazine, but it always is a little different and cool. And one of them was a lunch box.
Yes.
And then it had author cards in it.
Yes.
Like playing cards, collectible playing cards. I wanted to go through some. Now you pick which one. Do you want...
I want one of those chrome ones.
Okay, chrome.
Yeah, chrome.
It says collect them all, and I'm inclined to.
Of course. You love collecting.
I love collecting.
You're...
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. I was going to say in the episode, the only thing that prevents you from being a hoarder is you are good at throwing stuff away or giving stuff.
I am very good at throwing
But man,
stuff.
at the rate you collect things, you could get buried really quick.
I also have I have a great design aesthetic, and I think that inhibits
Didn't you had 5 bureaus? What do you call them?
armoires. That's because
Armoires.
I live in a tiny apartment and need storage.
It's a lot of armoires for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Actually, when I posted the pictures of my
Architectural
apartment,
Digest?
not Architectural Digest. but
Monica was in Architectural
Oh my
Digest.
God.
Her apartment's so cute, it made it to Architectural Digest.
That's not what happened. But there are some really beautiful pictures of my apartment that are on my Instagram if you want to check it out.
Yeah. If you want to see how Monica lives.
And some people said, I expected more armoires. So
Oh, okay.
looks like it could take even a couple more.
I guess so. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Okay, let's see who we have. Oh, W.E.B. Du Bois.
Mm-hmm.
I know him.
Yeah. Famous
Um,
black writer.
Yep, exactly. This is so cute. And it has the awards. It has the titles and the years. It has page average.
Wow.
There's a Joan Didion. I like this one. Joan Didion, page average 236.3. Cool. Dennis Johnson. I'm going to read 100.
Oh, oh boy.
Kurt Vonnegut.
Slaughterhouse.
Who did we have on? Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's in here. We should go through these who we've had on.
And have a little board where we pin those on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so far we haven't
I like
had
that.
any.
No,
Okay,
oops.
great. Anyway, those are cool.
Kurt Vonnegut. We both get asked this a bunch, and I never have a good answer for it, which is who would you want to interview, alive or dead?
And Kurt Vonnegut is one?
He's definitely one of them. He's one of the funkiest motherfuckers to ever live.
Wow, that's surprising. I've never heard you speak of him.
Did you read Slaughterhouse 5?
I think in school.
Or
He's 84. He's still with us.
he is?
Yeah.
No, he died in 2007.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
He
At
died.
He was
84.
84.
But he was
He's
84?
been 84 for 18 years.
You want to have him over J.D. Salinger?
Probably. I mean, I have such reverie for Salinger and Catcher in the Rye. But Vonnegut is almost like a Hunter S. Thompson figure. He has this alter ego, Kilgore Trout, who's in all these books, and there's all these weird. It's very trippy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so creative. He's like he is on acid as his homeostasis is on acid trip.
But what would you ask him?
I just think he'd be so colorful as a character.
I see.
And interesting and playful.
Yeah.
He's a rascal.
Great.
Yeah.
Well,
He'd be in that list.
once we do the Ghost podcast, we can try to get him
Oh, we have a medium come in and try to communicate with.
Yeah. Okay. Who is the inventor of liquid soap? William Shepard.
My Uncle William?
No, because it's spelled Shepphard.
That's before we dropped the P and the H, because so many people would come over and ask us for liquid soap. They thought we had an unlimited supply, being related to Matthew.
William.
William.
Yeah.
His full name's William Matthew Shepard. It's actually Matthew William Shepard, but he went by William. Anyways,
I'm not so
you don't need to look further into that.
Okay.
Oh, that's a ding, ding, ding. So we're watching Friday Night Lights last night. We're really getting close to the end. We're in season 5. I'm a little panicked.
I am.
And Coach Taylor, Eric Taylor is the character's name, played by Kyle Chandler. Kyle Chandler.
Yeah.
And boy, Lincoln was quick on the draw, man. He was wearing a hat in the scene. He took his hat off, and then they're talking. Then he goes and puts his baseball hat back on. She's like, "Go back." His real initials are in the baseball cap.
Oh, cool.
So we went frame by frame, and sure enough, you look inside here, and
KC?
it's KMC. That's what made me think as Michael's. We're assuming his middle name's Michael.
Wow.
It was a good get.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. That was in 1865. Liquid soap.
Liquid soap 1865. Okay.
It says, while his invention was a significant step, it wasn't until later that liquid soap became a widely used product for domestic purposes.
Until Mr. Uhle invented a valve that could dispense the liquid soap.
It helped.
I'm split on liquid soap. Like when I'm in a bathroom at a hotel, I want the bar of soap. I want to wash my hands with a bar of soap. And when I get in the thing, I don't like shower gel.
I don't like shower gel.
I feel like it's so wasteful. Like I put like 3 ounces to clean my asshole. Because I'm thinking about how much I always put so much on my hand before I clean my asshole. So I'm like, yeah, we need a lot. And then afterwards, I'm like, I just used like 1/10 of a bottle.
For shower gel?
Yeah.
Or for bar?
No. The bar, you can't take 1/10 of it off. You got to rub your...
Do you put the bar
We've already talked about
whatever.
This. You want to keep shaming me for this?
No.
Okay. You think it's disgusting.
Okay, listen to me.
Do you use a washcloth?
Listen to me. Okay. Do you put it directly on the butt?
Here's what I do. And this is true. I take a bunch of sudsy lather.
On your hands.
On my hands.
Okay.
I take the bar of soap and I get so much soap on it. I put it back on the holder.
Yes.
Then I wash my butthole.
Yeah.
Then I rinse it.
Right.
Then I take the bar.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten like...
I do that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, great. I thought you were very judgmental that I put the bar on my anus.
No.
Okay. But yes, there is one round first with just the hands.
Yeah.
In the suds, and then the bar goes in.
The liquid shower gel, I agree, is not for me. If I forget my bar soap, if I'm like at a hotel or something, I'm pissed because they normally have a shower gel option. And I don't, it's like, it's also slimy. Like it's not coming off.
It doesn't suds as much as a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for hand
Unless
washing.
we get a sponsor that's a liquid, then I'll say it's great.
No, for hand washing, I'm liquid.
Oh.
Even though actually currently at my house, it's a bar, but it's because the bar is really cute. It's in a circle shape.
Okay. So that's why you're using it, because it's a cute shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like a thing that I'm rubbing, a solid chunk.
But what you don't like is something that you guys have in your your downstairs bathroom, but I also have it too.
Hate it.
You shouldn't say you hate it, because what if they sponsor it and we both have it?
Okay.
And like, I think it's cool.
Okay.
I almost give it as a white elephant. It's a soap that's like a bar soap, but it has these like mountains.
It looks like a candle that has been carved out on top to have a bunch of dish shapes in it.
Right. And no wicks, obviously.
And no wick, right. But it's like, it looks,
it's soap.
It's a big base of soap with these weird shapes cut into the top.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to just rub your hands on it.
Yeah.
And wash your hands.
Yeah.
And I hate it because you're dripping the stuff over as you do it. Then it gets wet. If you go in there and someone just did it, it feels gross to touch that wet thing. It's a pass. If you live by yourself, maybe it's fine.
Right. I agree that, okay, so I like it. I think it's cool and cool looking. But I do have skepticism that it's clean.
Right.
Like, I
right.
don't, I worry, even though soap is self-cleaning.
Yeah. Also, you get this big trail between the sink and that thing.
I've never noticed that.
Well, if you, like, when we have company over and I go in there, I'm like, look at this there's like soap drizzles all over it. This thing sucks. And that's what I say.
Okay.
And then I go, I hate it.
But what's the difference between the bar being wet, though? The same, if it's a bar soap, if it's wet because somebody just used it, it's wet because somebody just used it.
But here's what I tell myself. Like, when I use the soap, I also then rinse the bar of soap off so it doesn't have a bunch of suds all over it when I put it there.
Oh, I don't.
But there's no way to, you're not going to grab that whole base and rinse off everyone's gunk that was just touching it. Whereas the bar of soap, I do think people naturally just rinse it off when they're done to put it back
really?
on. I do.
No, okay, so I'm pulling it.
And you put a big sudsy bar on the thing, you know that will make a mess.
No, yeah, I put it back and then I rinse my hands. You rinse your hands with the soap?
Yeah, like before I put it back. I would never put a big bubbly bar of soap down on the rack.
Oh, it dries just fine.
Yeah, I can see that the bubbles popped and yeah, I want it smooth.
Okay. Okay, how much is $265,000 in 1986 is what today?
I said $2 million.
It's $776,000, 487.
Okay.
It's less than I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's that. Does hoarding get worse over time? Yeah.
It does.
It does. Hoarding disorder is an ongoing difficulty throwing away or parting with possessions because you believe that you need to save them. Obviously, we already know that. You may experience distress at the thought of getting rid of the items. You gradually keep or gather a huge number of items regardless of their actual value. Ranges from mild to severe. Okay, first symptoms of hoarding disorder often appear during the teenage to early adult years. You may get and save too many items, gradually build up clutter in living spaces, and have difficulty getting rid of things. As you grow older, you may continue getting and holding on to things that you may never use and don't have space for. By middle age, the clutter can become overwhelming as symptoms become more severe and increasingly difficult to treat.
I just wonder for someone who suffers from this, when they leave their completely packed house and there's like no room for, do you have bags all over the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Do you say as you're walking out the door, where am I going to put this stuff? Or you don't, you've blocked that completely out. You compartmentalize. You go, I need to go get the thing. That's all I'm thinking about. I guess that's me and drugs. Like,
right.
I just got to go get those drugs. And then everything else will sort itself out.
Yeah. So this is, you feel emotionally connected to items that remind you of happier times or represent beloved people or pets.
That's sad.
I know. You feel safe and comforted when surrounded by things. You don't want to waste anything. That's a way I'm not a hoarder. I'm fine with waste. You believe these items are unique or that you'll need them at some point in the future. It's a hard disease.
Yeah, it is.
I have a lot of sympathy.
It's funny, too, how all these diseases do bring everyone to the same place, interestingly. It's just like different mechanisms to get to total isolation. Like every addict will tell you, you start by relapsing at a bar with friends, and maybe you get coke, but ultimately you'll be in your closet smoking crack on day 3 all by yourself. And then you will not want to see anyone, and that's all you'll want to do. And this thing, like, even if you started as social, you can never host anyone. No. You're embarrassed by where you live. Yep. It's easier to not have friends.
I know. It's sad.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Okay, I looked at percentage of people who have it in America. 2% to 6% of Americans are estimated to have hoarding disorder, according to the Mayo Clinic. Trusted brand.
Mayo. Do you think they were called Mayo Clinic before the product mayonnaise existed?
Let's see when mayonnaise
was invented.
Okay, mayonnaise is thought to have been invented in 1756.
That's going to be before the Mayo Clinic.
Yeah, okay. Mayo Clinic, 1889. Still early.
Yeah.
Okay, but we got 100 years difference. Although, I want to go back to Mayo. Because maybe like...
Mayonnaise. That's a weird name. That's got to be French.
With the most common origin story linking it to a French victory celebration in Minorca, Spain during the 7 Years' War. French forces captured Port Mahon, and lacking cream for a celebratory sauce, a chef reportedly substituted oil and eggs, creating mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. So, wow. Okay, great.
Great. Unexpected fact.
Great unexpected fact. And that concludes the facts.
Okay. That's a lot of people. 2 to 6%.
I know.
So on the low end, we're saying 30 divided by 5, 6 million people. And on the high end, 18 million people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of
the
junk.
scale is wide of intensity of disease.
I know. It's hard to, where you draw the line.
Yeah. I mean,
because I'm in people's apartments. I'm like, there's too much stuff in here.
Right. But that, stuff they don't need.
If your items can't fit in cabinets or cupboards and they have to be out in the living space, that's too much stuff. Just technically, that's too much stuff for your place.
For your place, but not for your living. You could have a teeny tiny place in New York and it just won't fit anything, but you still need stuff.
But Bree and I had a rule, right? We lived together for, 9 years in that one-bedroom apartment. And we had a rule, which is if you're going to go buy a garment, any kind of clothing item, and you're going to put it in that closet, you have to pull something out.
It's
a one in, one out.
Yeah, that's
because there's no. What are we going to put fucking clothes on the floor?
Armoire.
There was no room in our spot for an armoire.
Okay, then you put them on the floor.
Yeah, and that's when you have more stuff than you can handle.
Interesting.
You don't like that.
I don't know if I agree. I got to munch on that.
Okay. But you don't buy too much food to fit in your fridge because it has to go in your fridge.
Or pantry.
Well, no, if it's fridge items that need refrigeration.
No, that's true.
You can't just buy it and leave it on your counter. It's got to go in the fridge. And you have to have that same policy about everything. The clothes got to go in where they hold the clothes. And the toiletries got to go where that's being held.
I buy bottled water. I'm not really supposed to, but I do.
You buy what?
Bottled water.
Okay.
I feel badly about that,
Okay.
but I do it.
Okay.
And
you're a bad person.
yeah, and I will buy a bunch. I get big ones. Exhibit A.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show it to the camera?
Oh, I think that everyone can see this.
It's
not an extreme close-up of me, but
if you'd show it. And they're big, and so I get 5
cases.
And that's not fitting anywhere, so I have to put it in the laundry room.
But your laundry room is fine. That's your shed. You have a shed off your kitchen where your hot water heater is. It's not like anyone's going to be hanging out next to your hot water heater.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay.
Living space, you can't stack. If you need to stack up 5 cases of water in your living room, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get 1 case at a time.
No, that's not efficient
you can't live
for people.
with shit stacked up.
Why? If it's water?
This is an episode about hoarding. You don't understand why? You can't just have things stacked up.
No. So that there is a difference here. Hoarding is items that aren't going to be used. It's in the future, I may need this. I'm going to have it, or I feel safe if it's here.
No,
Having to go every 2 days to get water is not efficient for anyone's life.
First of all, you're forgetting I know you. You barely drink water. You are not drinking a case of water every 2 days. Okay, let's start there. Secondly,
it's not true.
Surplus is part of hoarding. That's was her bathroom, her shower was full of 50 shampoo bottles.
I know.
So it is part of it. The stockpiling is an aspect.
50 is different than also, that's different. Shampoo bottles, you do take a while to get through. So yes, you can do 1 at a time or 2. Also, you're someone who has a ton of surplus.
Yes, but I stockpile within the confines of my storage space. I don't exceed that. That has to be a rule we agree on.
That feels interesting and tricky, though, because it's your space is big, so you're allowed to have surplus, but if your space is small, you don't?
Yes, I lived in a small space, and I couldn't have 15 extra toothpastes. But now I can. The rule is you have to live within the limits of your environment. It's good policy, Monica. I don't know why you're pushing against it.
I am pushing against it because I don't know that I think it's fair that the reason you have a surplus is because it makes you feel safe. It makes you feel safe to have that. That's literally the exact same thing as a hoarder.
No.
They just don't have a big house.
No. Here's the line. It's so clear. I would have also felt safe to have more of those products when I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, but I could not because I live by the premise I can't have shit stacked up in my living space. So I played by the exact rule I'm still playing by.
No, I know, but I'm saying by definition, hoarding, what we just read, is it makes people feel safe to have those items. So that's like part of the psychology behind hoarding. So if that person has just as toothpaste on the ground because they feel safe, I can't be like, well, that's bad, but yours isn't bad because you have the big house. Do you see the confliction?
If I had only lived in a big house and I had this premise, yes, I would be hypocritical. But I lived for a decade in a one-bedroom apartment, and I live by the policy I'm suggesting.
But I guess my point is,
so I've already proven that I walked the walk I'm suggesting.
But why can't now, like, you're like, I feel safe having these toothpaste, and you see this other guy who has toothpaste on his floor, just like and why can't you just be like, yeah, he feels safer, that's fine.
Because he has products invading his living space.
Well, to
and that's
him,
where
it's
it
not.
becomes, to all hoarders,
he's having
true.
you over, though. So he's not embarrassed.
He should be. If he's got toothpaste laying all over his living room floor, he should be. I'm sorry. That should be something that you...
Oh, my God. The judgment. Wow.
Yeah, you gotta... Sorry, you can't spend more than you make. There's some rules. You can't spend more than you make. You can't buy more shit than your place can hold.
That's not... No.
Yes.
Then your place can hold is different than in this corner I have stuff stacked. To you, that's bad. But to somebody else, that's not bad. That's just the way they're doing their life. Like, they have stuff stacked.
Well, let me be honest. It's happening in my bedroom, and I hate it. But I hate it. You understand? There's like stuff.
Yeah, you're...
and I don't like it.
That's fine. You don't have to like it, but I think I'd be surprised. I'm surprised to hear that you're so judgmental of people who like have a stacked area of extra stuff because they don't have a closet for it, but they like having extra stuff. I understand what Amanda's mom having chickens out rotting and stuff. Obviously, that's not good. But
listen, you can have a principle and not be judgmental of people who don't apply to the principle.
Well, you are judgmental.
This is Marcus Aurelius. This is be hard on yourself and forgiving of others. And I subscribe to that. So for me, I'm just saying, as an ethic, I can't have more stuff than I can put away. I can't spend more money than I make.
I hear you about you, but you said they should be embarrassed.
Okay, what I should say is I'd be embarrassed.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'd be very embarrassed if I had toothpaste and sundries stacked up all over my living room.
What about just a corner?
But if someone else says, I don't actually care because I don't live there.
That's exactly my point.
Okay.
Like, we are not living there, so.
Right. And I might not want to be in there because it's like, where on this spectrum? So yeah, you would admit you don't want to sit in a living room where you have to clear the couch off to sit down.
Yeah, with
and there's chicken under the thing.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
And we can work backwards from there. And there's probably a lot of, I don't want to be in a place with stacks of newspapers everywhere. It feels dirty and gross. I personally don't want to be in there.
Okay.
If someone loves living with all those newspapers and kitty litter all over, who cares? That's for them.
Yeah, that's for them. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't enjoy that.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Great. Well, that's it.
I love you.
Love you.